Hello guys!
Woo!
PlayStation experience has been a good one.
One of the best. Definitely one of the best.
What I like about it is, yet again, it was just games.
Yes, yeah. Well, when the systems, apart from PC, when systems got the majority of the market, that is what the company has to do. When you've got the
shithold.
Yeah, you need to. You don't sit back. What you do is you keep on pounding.
Yes.
Until you've finished. That's
every time.
And that's what I mean. Because E3 was Sony this year was actually fairly poor
compared to the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably because of this. They're probably saving it all up for PSX.
There was something for everyone. There was really good mix of games. They had indie games, they had main titles, which we'll go on to, and then other.
No, see, we won't talk about some of the indie ones because I can't even remember most of them.
No, Papa Rapper, Loco Roco.
See, that's not even really. That's not even really one of the indie ones.
Wipeout.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll start off with. Let's start with the free to play one, the one that actually people are semi interested in.
Okay, yeah.
Let It Die.
I watched the trailer and I was just thinking, this looks kind of quirky, kind of odd.
Well, it's done by what's his name, Sue. He's done a Wii game that's nuts. He did the cheerleader with the chainsaw. Suda 51 is something like that.
I don't know what the first name is, but I know exactly what game. People will know.
Yeah. So it's done by that guy who people kind of consider to be both mental and a genius.
It's often the case.
It's often the case, and people are genuinely quite excited about it because it's free to play. But according to all reports so far, it's actually more free than it is pay.
So what the only thing it sounds really bad. The second I hear that a game's, I'm not talking about if it's free each month with Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus, but if a game's just free to play, it always makes me suspicious. I'm like, how much effort did they put in?
Yeah.
What do they want out of this problem?
Well, that's the thing, and by all reports so far, I think people are already saying it is actually a really, really decent game. And it plays, people have said, similar to kind of like a Dark Souls kind of title. You pick up, it's kind of, it's Dark Souls-y, Zelda-y. You pick up weapons and you use them against enemies in this
with a graphical style that's
very him. The graphic style is I'm sure his name is Suda51 or something like that. Suda51. I think it's Suda something. So people are kind of excited, and also free to play. What do you guys think? I mean, if it works, it works. If it's done wrong, obviously then it's shit.
Yeah.
So is there a fine balance? And has this game found the fine balance? Only time will tell.
Yes.
Right, another kind of small one that we don't know much about, but it's just cool that it's big and it's been announced. Ys Origins.
Yes, now Ys is an RPG series that I am definitely wanting to get into. I only have one, which is Ys, the Vanquished Omens on the Master System.
Which is one of the oldest games that you got full stop.
Oh, it's older than us.
Yes.
I think it's 1988.
I mean, they've released loads more in Japan, and that's where this one's come from.
There's so many Ys games.
Yeah.
And we're not quite sure if this is a remake of the game. Is this an actual? So unfortunately, we don't know.
But it's just cool that it's coming.
Yeah, we are excited for it. Forgive us for our ignorance.
Nier Automata or Ultima. Square. Also Platinum Games.
Metal Gear Revengeance just comes to mind.
So it's kind of similar to that. It is kind of like a third-person Devil May Cry type game.
Even looks like Raiden type hair.
Really good, and this is a sequel. So there already has been a Nier that came out.
This is your kind of game.
It does look really good, although the art style is out there. I'm sure what's happened with this one is Square and Platinum got together and said, "Let's go nuts. let's just do something which is a bit crazy," and that's what this is. I mean, any Platinum game though is usually decent.
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta is one of the best games of all time.
Yeah, Metal Gear Revengeance and Wonderful 101. So pretty good.
They make some pretty decent games.
Yes, they do.
Let's glaze over this one, just because we've already got a video out talking about this one. Maybe not out yet, maybe it's coming out soon. Who knows? Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. How insane that this game's even out.
I'm saying, out of everything they announced this year, PlayStation X, this
biggest surprise,
and it's also got the best reaction.
Yeah.
There's a set of fans down the left. They were going crazy. Like the pop off was real.
Well, it should be real because this game, by all standards, shouldn't be happening.
No.
Marvel was supposedly had twisted knickers, pants because they didn't want to do it.
Yeah, Capcom, we're not letting you make another one. And then
out of well, obviously not out of nowhere, because they've already started on it, and the trailer, I mean, the graphics look fairly decent, so they've obviously put time into it.
2-on-2 format.
So yeah, game is going to be nuts. Let's move on to Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, another
nostalgia trip.
Yes. And when they showed the comparisons of what it looked like on PlayStation,
that was nuts.
I mean, if Ratchet and Clank this year is anything to go by, because I'm saying Ratchet and Clank. If Final Fantasy wasn't included, Ratchet and Clank to me would be up there with Dark Souls 3 or Final Fantasy 15 for being the game of the year.
Yeah, just so much fun
and so polished.
If you want fun, if you want pure fun without getting kind of crap and all that stuff on top, then perfect. Right, now we're getting into like the real meat. This is where Aiden got kind of like really hyped out. Let's start off with the one. I'm having to list these in my mind. Let's go Neo.
Okay, Neo. So Neo is kind of like a Dark Souls Bloodborne game.
Also, it's made by the same company. It's Onimusha.
Koei
No, yes, it's not Onimusha. It's Ninja Gaiden or something like that. I'm trying to think what the game's called.
Which one?
It's definitely just one of those ninja games that's really hard. Like
Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah, Ninja Gaiden.
Yeah.
Kind of like notoriously hard.
Yes.
So Neo supposedly is kind of a cross between Dark Souls and Ninja Gaiden.
And it also has the more Ninja Gaiden art style, or the Oriental art style. You're like a Shogun samurai.
Yeah. Even though you're from the West, you're actually from England.
And
yeah.
From his face, I'm just thinking, isn't it just Geralt from Witcher?
That's what I want to say. People in the comments are basically just saying
that is who that is.
This is the Japanese Witcher.
It is.
That's basically what it is.
And in terms of, so basically, you're looking at the Witcher character in a Ninja Gaiden universe
Dark Souls
with that plays like Dark Souls, that has a filter over it like Project Zero.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. But what we know about it, because I did play some of the demo, it's already really, really well polished. So just the way it plays and the animations and the way the enemies aggro and the way the enemies fight, it's really well polished. And you can tell they've spent a lot of time considering how you do take down these enemies. You've got 3 stances, like a low, a medium and a high.
Do we have a release date, by the way?
I think it's February next year?
Awesome, if it is. I think it is early next year. Yeah, I think it is early next year.
Yeah, so we've got 3 stances, a low, medium and a high. They all do kind of different aspects. Kind of similar to Final Fantasy 15, having 3 weapons, or 4 if you want, and choosing between them and how you go around using them. It looks really good. And if you want a challenge, if you like the Dark Souls and your Bloodborne, this is definitely one. This should be number 1 on your list.
We may be doing a run through of that. So.
Praise his Lord. Maybe have mercy on us.
Maybe take it in turns. Like each time how many times am I controlling him back for?
Let's go for. Actually, we probably should have put this before, Neo. Street Fighter 5.
Okay, yeah. So Street Fighter 5. If you somehow don't know the news yet, you're into Street Fighter 5. Akuma has been announced, one of the mainstays that so many people have wanted.
Everyone didn't see that coming, did they, Mr. Cholio? No,
because he's definitely not in that. Yeah. My thoughts on Akuma quickly, because we've got another video to do with that.
Yes.
He looks cool. Don't like his hair at the front, like the hair at the back. Like his.
I actually quite like it. I like Lion Akuma. I like how he's kind of like he's animalistic.
New stage with him, his combos.
Oh, that new stage looks ridiculous.
His V-trigger uppercuts with the ground pound.
Yeah. And to most reports, he's really fun.
And then they've said that there's going to be 5 new characters. 5 brand new characters coming next year. So yeah, if you want to do more Street Fighter 5, check out our
we'll do that in a different video. Right, let's move on. We have 3. We have 3 more that we want to talk about.
Resident Evil 7.
Okay, well it's 4! Holy shit! So
Did you miss out Resident Evil?
I did, I missed that Resident Evil.
Resident Evil 7 is looking like... right, it's basically doing what Final Fantasy's done. Final Fantasy 13, even though we loved it, took a lot of fans who loved the series and then it split them.
Well, it took too many risks.
And then Resident Evil 6 did the same. A lot of people enjoyed it for being a shooter-like card, and other people wanted just the mainstay of survival horror, kind of went a different way. This looks, to me, like it's going back to roots.
Completely going back to roots.
I mean, this in VR.
It must be horrible.
I can't wait to see you play in VR.
I ain't doing that, mate. I ain't doing that.
On camera.
I ain't playing that. I ain't playing it full stop. Right, so what do we know? Well, we know, obviously, there's this Baker family. I mean, there's a couple of Marguerite.
Ethan's the main character, I think.
Yeah, the guy you play as. And we know you start off in this Baker family house, and you're being obviously chased by these absolute nutters. Yeah. We've seen it in trailers before. We've seen like the dad who like walks through a wall. and they're obviously following you around this kind of.
I think
house.
it's so good that they actually have like realistic people. It makes it scary.
It does make
because you can imagine these hillbillies out in like somewhere.
We don't not to offend anyone who lives anywhere rural, but you're all hillbillies.
I mean, like really, like kind of like it's like Wrong Turn, like
exactly. Yeah, it's definitely more believable than a zombie ate my child.
Yeah.
Well, we know there's weapons in, and one thing I found out today is there's no reticle. So it's shooting like it's Resident Evil 1. Obviously, there's more choice of where you aim, but you have to obviously you have to kind of think where it's going to aim.
I like it.
Yeah.
And
the other thing I know quickly is that there's an area in the game which is very similar to the mansion in the first game. It's a large house with lots of puzzle doors.
Ooh.
So lots of kind of actually having to think about where you're going, what you're doing,
why you've got the VR headset on, why you're being chased by something, why you can't aim.
Yeah,
the stuff of nightmares.
Exactly.
The only thing I'm worried about with Resident Evil 7
is it's made by Capcom.
Is it links to that?
Okay.
Will Capcom do ridiculous amounts of DLC for it and have like? I mean, they're gonna have tons of different packages,
costumes.
Just don't go over with it. Like one.
You know they are going to.
I know. Maybe like one DLC that's like a spin-off of someone else's story. I'm fine with. But
a season pass because what? Right. I know this is a different kind of beat, but season passes as a whole, I either hate them or I love them. Because some season passes you buy and you spend a reasonable amount of money on, like the Witcher season pass and Fallout season pass. You actually do get your money's worth. Some season passes though,
Street Fighter.
It's just pointless. It is genuinely pointless to spend that amount of money on a season pass. So Capcom, please sort your shit out. But yeah, overall Resident Evil 7, it looks incredible. It really does look good.
Can't wait.
So now there's 3 left. Let's do Ni no Kuni 2.
Ni no Kuni 2. I mean, Ni no Kuni, our game of the year, I think back in
2014, wasn't it?
I think 2013, 2014, one of those. Okay, visuals stunning.
Yeah. Can we start with a negative first? I think Studio Ghibli aren't actually involved this time.
They are.
I've heard that they're not.
Okay, well.
Obviously, we've got different sources.
All I know is I watched PlayStation Access and they said that it's still these people who are behind Studio Ghibli. So
okay, I don't think. Well, then, as far as I know, maybe it's people from the studio, but the studio aren't actually involved. So maybe people from the studio have come over to Namco.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the thing. I mean, you might be able to tell. It's just I know we're differing on our sources here.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Because I mean, to be honest, I would like to know because that's why I'm saying it's negative because that for me.
It would be. Yeah, it would be.
That was part of the reason why the first game was one of the best games of that year.
And the music for it, the gameplay for it, the Pokemon / Tales of.
Well, RPGs by level 5 are usually some of the best RPGs ever made.
Yes.
So
we just want more of that.
Basically, can we just have Ni no Kuni 1 again?
Yes.
Can we just have
Ni no Kuni 1 with this storyline? Done.
Yeah. I mean, I do hope they keep the Pokemon style capturing of it because that would any game where you capture animals and you have them as kind of like your familiars is one of the best mechanics in gameplay. Full stop. Yeah. It really is one of the best things ever because you got to catch them all. You gotta catch them all. When they say you have to catch them all, you're not obliged. You fucking have to.
We were born in the 1990s. You have to catch them all.
You have to. What else can you say? It's going to be a great game.
Yeah,
it just is.
What I like as well is the fact that they didn't really say much about it at all this year.
No.
But I'm just glad that we still know it's coming out.
Yeah.
And that means that they've been hard at work.
Yeah. Please, Jesus. Right. I want to leave a certain one till last. Because it's by the dude that I really enjoy. So let's do The Last of Us 2.
And I can't even think of the other ones yet.
So okay.
Sounds like a list. Yeah. The Last of Us 2.
Well, I'm just so happy that there is one for a start. Let's just start with that.
I mean, I knew they'd do it eventually. I was kind of expecting that. I actually thought
because Naughty Dog have been busy. Where have they found the time?
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
I thought this would come on the next console.
Yeah.
The first version. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay, visuals. I mean, this is a very, very, very early trailer.
Yeah.
But the visuals were out of this world.
Because we should say The Last of Us on PS3, probably for PS3 and Xbox 360, that game was the game that pushed that that console generation to its max.
Yes.
If you go back now and you play The Last of Us on a PS3 on like a good TV, you will think you're playing a PS4.
Oh god, yeah.
Because the graphics are really something to behold. That they push that system to the max. So The Last of Us 2, I'm hoping again.
That was better.
They really, really push it.
That was better looking than the initial releases
for PS4.
For PS4.
Completely.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping that on graphics wise, The Last of Us 2 can be the same again.
And it looks it.
Oh Jesus.
We know we've got Joel and Ellie. They're both back.
Yeah.
And they both seem a lot. Well, I mean, they're pretty gritty in the first one, but
yeah.
She was all about the death. She was like, I want to kill them all.
It seems like the world's kind of really got to them now.
Yeah.
But we don't know massive amounts.
So it was a teaser.
The point of this though is more, it's happening. Thank God it's happening. And again, PlayStation is showing their muscle. Because they've got a Naughty Dog, you know, who they're working with, and they're really showing their muscle. So it's good.
I'm sure so many people are going to be.
Oh god, yeah. Because for some people, because we'll have. I think The Last of Us won more awards than most games ever won.
Literally everyone, apart from most game of the year.
Yeah.
Literally.
Right now on to the last one, which isn't even really new news.
What it is?
Death Stranding.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry.
Death Stranding.
Good God.
The game on this list that we know the least about and I'm the most hyped for. You've done it again. You've done it again.
Kojima.
You've done it again. You crafty wizard.
You know, I mean, from the trailer, we've got weird babies, dolls.
Yeah.
We've got Guillermo del Toro.
A tank with like worms or kind of tentacles, like holding it together and making it work.
To me, it's already showing Metal Gear type things, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I was just thinking of like Psycho Mantis things.
Oh yeah.
And you know the story's going to be that thing, just like the Metal Gears. It's the fantasy elements and realism.
Yeah, kind of got gritty elements mixed with the supernatural. Yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Not
real.
Played Hannibal in the TV show. What?
The chief in Casino Royale.
Him and Norman Reedus. Truly, I think this game may reach the point where I know this is kind of a bit obscure, but cinema in like the 1920s and 30s was at a point where it was very kind of lowbrow.
Yeah.
It was just for really kind of. And I say it was lowbrow. It's for kind of like really kind of mass kind of entertainment, and it wasn't for anything really kind of important. And then you kind of get into the 40s, and people are like, okay, this medium is meant for something more. It's meant for something kind of big and kind of dramatic and really important. I feel like this game could genuinely be that game for when the game industry kind of turns. It turns more into that movie.
Isn't that what Kojima's always wanted?
Always wanted, yeah.
Like, because he, as you said with the films, he is like an insane.
Well, Guillermo del Toro was in the bloody trailer,
but he is an insane film buff.
Yeah, I think he probably does film more than he does.
He does.
They don't enjoy his game.
I think I know I read like a small article on him. I think he was a bit apprehensive to tell his parents when he was younger what he was going to do, because I think they wanted him to go into like something else.
Yes.
And he was thinking about going into film.
I'm running the family pawn shop.
Quite important.
Son, you're running this shop. But yeah, so Mads Mikkelsen, Norman Reedus, and Guillermo del Toro.
Norman Reedus in this trailer,
no,
did we?
No, it was more about. I think they're focusing really on Mads.
Yeah, and that was cool.
Well, I say it's such firepower. Like for a game like this, it's massive firepower. And then with the director, and finding the news about like Konami basically imprisoned him for like the last year of his work at Konami. Like
just change.
They seriously they kept him away from his team. He was in an office on his own whilst his team were on a different floor, and he couldn't talk to them. He had to have a messenger between him and his team.
I mean, that's just that sounds like a film right there.
Yeah, actually, that's how Kojima did the game. But yeah, guys, Death Stranding. It'll come out in 2019.
Yeah, it's going to be a long time, but. If it's not that I'm saying I want to wait 10 years. Yeah. If it's like Final Fantasy 15, that's a fully polished, perfect product.
I seriously believe that game could be like the changing point for games, but who knows? And that's why the hype cameth.
The hype, definitely. Yeah, I mean, the only thing is I'm disappointed not in any of the reels. I was just disappointed that there was no Final Fantasy 7 news. But makes sense with the fact that Final Fantasy 15 stuff.
Yeah, they had to focus on 15
and Kingdom Hearts 3.
And also, Kingdom Hearts 3 has to come out before that. If it doesn't, then Kingdom Hearts 3 has been pushed back yet again. But we're off topic. PSX was incredible.
So many games.
So good. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes, let us know your thoughts and tell us definitely about Nino Kuni 2.
Yeah, actually, please.